I see you four guys, and you guys look to me, I want to do this. Come on, guys. Let's take these four guys over here and come up, and we'll come and do the demonstration. And stand up there on the audience. And before this, I want to ask real quick, how many people here have cropland? Okay. How many integrate grazing into your cropland? Excellent. That is very good. Awesome. I just wanted to see where we got it. How many here are government employees? Raise your hand. Good. I want you to see them. You're going to help. How many people from Pheasants Forever? I think we saw them yesterday. Great. Wildlife people. We love you. Good to have you here. How many private industry? Raise your hand. Okay, good. We're getting their audience. Did we forget anybody? How about some of you are just lost and just here for free lunch? Yeah, we always got a couple of those in the crowd. Okay. And if I forgot anybody, I apologize. But let's get started here because we got to give Gabe plenty of time because he's got a lot of good things to share with us. Okay. To me, this is probably one of the most powerful indicators of soil health. Whether you're in range or cropland, this is a very powerful tool. It's called the Aggregate Stability and Slate Test. Okay. It is one indicator to determine if the soil is healthy. This indicator will not work on those soils. It will work on about 95 to 96% of the soils all over the country because of the mineralogy. Okay. So the way the test works is I'm going to hand a couple of cloths to this. They're air dried. So when you do this test, it is air dried. I'm going to do, this is a zero-till cropping system from North Carolina. It's a Cecil sandy clay loam. They're both Cecil sandy clay loams. This one has 6% organic matter. This one has 0.5%. Vegetable farming. This is a gentleman that runs stockers and he feeds them in a feedlot. It used to be an old dairy. And he grows multi-species cover crops. He's been doing it for 30 years. And he is zero till. Zero till. He has gone down from 5 herbicides down to 1. Mr. Steyer is 82 years old. He has not bought inorganic nitrogen in, 18 years. He has not bought phosphorus in 9 years. Okay? 5 herbicides down to 1 herbicide. Okay? His forest lot is 3% organic matter. Okay? Native soils in North Carolina were 3 to 3.5% before Europeans entered. He is 6%. Okay? Now, we're going to get, Julie, I'm hoping I can get this right, Julie. This is native pasture. So I want you to think about, what is your name again? Kale. Kale. Now, when you look at Kale, when he drops that in there, just think of this as less disturbed, very disturbed. I mean, I tell them disturbed too, so it's okay. Okay, so what I mean by disturbed, lots of physical tillage, heavy stress, okay? Less stress, high stress, low stress, okay? Grazing, improper grazing can bring stress into the system. So this is what Julie's told me, this should have been properly grazed. This also is, you hold both of them, and you're going to do the other ones here, okay? Let's move this a little bit here out of the way. You're going to drop this one. This has been very stressed, improperly grazed, and I think it's been farmed one time, right, Julie?
It was marked sometime in the past.
Sometime in the past. And then there's another one, same thing. We're going to have to move the screen over because I ran out of screen. Okay? So here's how it's going to work. Remember, low stress system, high stress system, heavily disturbed. Low stress system or oh, there goes the demo.
Hey, Ray, I'd get nervous if you put your hand on me too.
Yeah. No, but he's got enough. He's got enough to put in there. Just put all of them in there. Okay. If they fall through, they fall through. I messed up the demo. Okay, ready? Go ahead and gently drop them in, guys. Oh yeah, we make it work. Yes. Yes, I can't believe I broke it. It's so soft. Okay, now guys, you do this one. Okay. Interesting. Now, you go ahead and drop it in this one. Okay. We got the screen there. We'll use the screen in a little while. We'll wait on this one. This is already falling apart, so we don't need this one. We know what happened to this one. Very high stress system. Go ahead and put the screen on that one and move it over there. Yes, there you go. I'm going to grab you that clod. Okay, excellent. Go ahead and drop that one in there. See what happens. Okay, now, this is how the test works. What happens is I should have explained this before, when you drop the clods in, they should hold together. In a very healthy soil system, they will not fall apart. They will hold together. What holds them together is what plants leak into the system, and they feed these carbon compounds that feed microbes. And when microbes feed them that carbon compounds, they make these metabolic glues and cementing agents. Some of us call it organic matter, but it's these cementing agents and these biotic glues hold the clays and the sands together. It is created by fungus, bacteria, earthworms. It's biology. It's the critters. So when you drop this clod and it's air dry and water rushes to fill in the pore spaces, if the biotic glues are not present and the cementing agents are not there, the pores are going to collapse. If the pores collapse, you have no infiltration. Then the clays will fill in the pore spaces and you will get this beautiful crust. You've seen it, right? When you run your rototiller, what you do is you agitate the soil and you wake up these bacteria called R. strategists, opportunist bacteria. They are opportunists. They eat all these incredible biotic glues and cementing agents. You need to understand that. And when you overgraze in these systems, now notice how these systems hold very clearly together. Let's put this real close. Look at this no-till system like the native prairie. Nature does not till. It uses earthworms. It uses dung beetles, termites, ants, roots. Tillage breaks open the soil, exposes it to oxygen, and those opportunist bacteria start to begin to eat your lunch. They start to consume the house, eat the biotic glues, and everything you work so hard to do. One tillage pass with a disc. Disc is very, very brutal. You're fusing oxygen into the system, waking up the bacteria, and they will eat it. Now notice the no-till. This is why I love no-till. It is going farming like nature does. If you did that with the woods, the same thing would happen. If you did that in the prairie, if you do this on the side of the ditch where you have not been able to till, it will do the same thing. It's the living plants with the microbes that build organic matter, ladies and gentlemen. They build the glues. Everybody with me? Don't ever forget that. If you don't understand this process, then you're going to overgraze, and when you overgraze, you take away from the glue makers. And then you're going to mess up aggregate stability. Now notice this one here and this one on the bottom have more. This have been farmed, but they're still holding together. That's why I love grasses and sod rotations. That's why in the East, guess what they use organic farmers will do? They will put it in sod and then it heals the soil that quickly because there's living root every square inch leaking liquid carbon to feed the microbes. That's why grasses are powerful builders. They are very powerful. But when you overgraze, you take a lot of energy from that system. So we're going to talk about that later. Okay, now, let's continue down this process. I'm going to have you two guys pour. Let's see if we can get it to work this time because I messed it up last time. This is the zero till. Very low disturbance guy, very high disturbance guy. Lots of tillage. Okay? Everybody see? Now Dave's going to get it ready.
Yep.
Ready, Gabe?
Yep.
Oh, step into the camera.
Shut off.
Okay? Now everybody knows my code.
That's all right.
You can take my phone. Yeah, he doesn't care. It's my phone. Ready, get set, pour. Remember, the left one is no-till. The other one is conventional. I mean, this is no-till. This is conventional. Are you a betting man? Which one do you think can go first?
The no-till.
You think so? See, I thought if you till the soil, you make more pore space. Right, guys? Everybody thought that way. That's what you did. I thought if you agitate that soil, look who already won. The no-till. Look at the conventional. I should have let Gabe set it up yesterday. Look at this. Look what happens. The water will set. Why? The biotic glues are not present, been consumed. The clay particles fill the pore spaces. Now you have a crust. The most brutal thing on rangeland and cropland is bare soil. Your enemy is bare soil. I hate bare soil because if I have bare soil and I'm agitating it, I don't create biotic glues. I don't feed the glue makers. My job is to make sure my microherd is taken care of. You range people, you pasture people, you cow people, you're awesome with the grass. You have a love affair with grass and cow, but you don't understand your microherd. It's the whole thing. What do you think feeds the herd at the top? A microherd. Now, you two guys, let's get these two sod, and we're going to show you how we're going to make glue makers. How we're going to feed the glue makers. Ready, Gabe? Yep. Probably going to want to stand up and go into there. Okay, this is what's called the scump test. Go ahead and agitate it, guys. Agitate it. Mush it up. Let's see how much that range grass leaks. Every plant, from cotton to tobacco to rice to corn, soybean, all plants will leak these rich carbon substrates, and they get it from photosynthesis. Really what we should call cover crops, biological primers, energy transformers. They transform energy from the sun, create photosynthetic material. We call it the carbon pathway. They leak this carbon into the system. Okay, beautiful. Now you can stop. Let's pull that them over there. Now we're going to show you the scum on the bottom. All plants will leak. See that? You see it? You guys see that? Why? What did we say yesterday? Why would plants do that, audience? Why would they leak 30 to 60%? Some plants will leak 60% of their energy to feed it into the soil microbes. Why would they do that? Come on, audience. Come on. What? They feed the microbes. Why? Because the microbes will give nutrients to them and feed the mycorrhizae. They'll make phosphorus available. They will help take phosphorus out of the rock. It is fungus that do that. Bacteria that help put this powerful enzyme. So what we're showing right here is not only glomalin, the glues, the byproducts of the microbes, but they're transforming and creating sugars, carbohydrates, protein, enzymes, nucleotides, amino acids. All these things are leaking. They're like an underground cell phone and say, microbes, I am here. And all the bacteria and all the organisms come, and then they get the nutrients, takes up the plant, and the cow comes and eats it. Finally.
Oh, we got a drop.
Oh, we have one drop. Oh. Good, okay. So, we got it, guys. Now, any questions? Any questions for this powerful demo? Okay, we have one more. Well, I think we have one more. We're done. Okay, can you guys give these guys a hand, please? I'm going to turn it over to Gabe. Go ahead and sit up, Gabe. Okay, we're going to give you a 5-minute break, but before we do that, I'm going to make this very clear. These grass systems, when you overgraze, you take away from the glue makers, especially hayland. When you remove too much hay, they're going to take energy from somewhere. They're going to take away from the local system, and that's going to be the aggregates. If the aggregates collapse from you, you're going to have sealing. You're going to have a sealing effect. You have to be very careful how you manage your grassland and how you graze your cover crops. A majority of the time, our grazers take way, way too much, especially in these dry land areas. We will talk about